Hello and welcome to Traditional Stitches FlossTube video number 42. I'm Janice Spencer, the owner of Traditional Stitches, and with me again today is Rose Heck, our Stitch Along leader. Happy New Year, Rose.
Happy New Year, Janice.
Did you have a good Christmas?
It was busy. We had a house full and it was a week-long party. And well, more or less, it was busy in the house. And then they left and it was quiet again. So
yeah. Good.
How about you?
We had a really good Christmas. Lots of time with family and friends over the holidays. So yeah, it was just exactly what Christmas should be.
Right. Good.
Yeah. And what about your New Year? Did you get it off to a good stitchy start?
Yeah, we spent New Year watching movies and I stitched until midnight and watched the fireworks put off in our park. And yeah, started a New Year's project, which I will talk about later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
we had 22 people over for New Year's.
Oh my goodness. That's a lot of people.
A lot. Yep. Yeah. Oh well, but it was fun. And it was pretty low key. I think everybody was gone by 1. So it wasn't like it was wild and crazy or anything. But
wow.
Yeah.
Good.
And so what else have you been up to?
I guess, shoveling and staying warm. And, you probably heard, because you were not here for a few days, of the crazy temperatures that Alberta has had. We've broken multiple records in the temperature category. And so, yeah, staying warm, stitching, working. I've had, a slew of clients that were willing to come out and get massages, even despite the bitterly cold weather. So, hurrah for them.
Yeah.
And just kind of keeping the home fires burning.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well, you're right. I was able to escape during that really bitter cold weather. I went to the Sampler Symposium at the Attic in Mesa, Arizona. And it wasn't hot in Mesa, but it was a whole lot warmer than it was at home. But we got to spend some time outside and go for some good walks. And we even had lunch on the patio one day. So we chose exactly the right time to run away from home.
Good. Did you guys get rain there or no rain?
No
okay.
Rain.
That must have been after, before.
And the symposium was wonderful, as always. Jean just puts on such a great event, and just getting to visit with everybody and putting our heads together. Nicola was there, so she and I are starting to put our heads together and thoughts on the stitch along that's going to be for 2025, and trying to think about what is going to be exactly the right sampler to do for that, because 2025 is actually going to be Traditional Stitches 25th anniversary. So it would be nice to have a particularly special sampler for that.
Right.
And then she shared with some of us shop owners a little bit about what she's got coming down the pipes for the next couple of months, some new releases and some plans. So it's always just really nice to be able to spend in-person time with the people that we work with.
Yeah. Oh, to be a fly on the wall at that time.
Lucky us.
Yes. Yeah.
Alrighty, so in today's video, we are going to talk about the last month for the Lucy Barber stitch along, and then also the Ann Jonson sampler that is going to follow quickly on the tails of Lucy Barber, as well as give everybody an update as to where we are at on shipping those kits. And then talk about Hannah Campbell. I've got a large stack of hand-dyed linen next to me for our in-stock hand-dyed linen parade, and just talk about plans for the shop and what we've got going on with our stitching.
Sounds like a plan.
So do you have Lucy Barber to show us?
I do. So all of you know, I don't have the layout anymore in front of me. Oh, I do. In the back. So month 12 is this last, sorry for the glare. There we go. Month 12 is this area right in here at the end. And then hopefully some sort of a signature to designate that you are indeed the stitcher. So unfortunately, I can't show you the stitching progress because I'm finished.
You sneak.
No, I didn't post it. I just kind of kept it on the download. So
Okay.
so there is my
Oh,
little finish.
that looks
It
good. You
wasn't-
just couldn't resist, hey?
Well, no. The timing was just right. It was later last week, and I was kind of in between things, and I just felt the desire, let's pull it out and finish it. And really, it was just one day. That's all I needed to finish it. So yeah. So
Oh, looks great.
yeah. And then I don't think I have a signature in here somewhere. I think I do. Okay, I am not finished it. I haven't signed it.
Oh, well.
Isn't that unusual? I thought I did. I guess I'm gonna have to sign it. I feel like I did though. Well, stay tuned on that one.
Okay.
So I'll put that
Well,
one aside.
I brought mine home from the shop because
you?
last month we were talking about the Rudolph nose.
Right.
My tribute to my friend Janine Cheney, who owns Acorns Threads.
Right.
So I wanted to show that off to you. So it's hard to see, but I just changed the order of the tongue and the nose stitches so that it looks like a little bit like Rudolph.
Right. Right.
And then I put my initials just into at the bottom of the grass here.
Yeah.
So dark and blendy a little bit, but at least it's there so that I can see it.
Well, and that's why I thought I had done that. Just put it because there's not a lot of room. Oh, I do have it. I'm sorry. It was bugging me because I thought so. I used the same color, but I put mine just above the 1857. Let me just sorry about this. Let me just fiddle. So it is right there.
Gotcha.
So I think I did over 1 stitches and just did the RH24. So it doesn't matter what you do, anything is effective, but it's important, I believe, just to date that, and put that on, whatever you do. And I always graph it, but sometimes I have a page of graphed signatures that I'll sometimes pull from.
Okay. Well, it looks great. So have you already chosen your frame for it?
I think the frame kind of chose me, but I'm out of foam core board and I need more spacers. And the weather just hasn't been conducive to getting either. So next week, I think I'll tackle that and I'll double check my frame to see that it's okay. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we'll look forward to seeing that.
Yeah, probably February. Somebody mentioned something about February finishes using that acronym. And I thought, yeah, I think I have about 4 things that I need to finish. 5. Okay, 5.
That will wrap up for February.
Cool. Yeah, so I think that's what I'll tackle February. So.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good. So yes, the final month of Lucy Barber, and she's such a beautiful sampler, and we do still have supplies available. So if anybody wants to join us, the stitch along files are always going to be active and available on our Facebook group. So there's definitely those resources available, but you can definitely just stitch it on your own or even stash it. She is limited edition, and we're the only place that you can get them. So we've got still a stash of charts, and we'll just keep them available until they're gone.
Sounds good.
So then on February 14th, when we celebrate wrapping up the Lucy Barber stitch along, we're also going to start our next stitch along for the Jonson sampler. So this is the chart for Jonson. And she is a good size sampler on 40 count, say, which has been the most popular count that we've kitted with. The design size is 13 inches by almost 23 inches long. So it's a good size. I was flipping through the chart and just looking at, there's a nice smattering of specialty stitches in here.
Mhm.
So there is some elongated cross and some satin stitch and some two-color satin stitch
Mhm.
with alternating colors. And so
Yes.
I cannot wait to get started on this. I, of course, my job is to stitch the shop model. So I'll be starting it soon and have to zip ahead to get it done so that we can hang it on the wall in the shop. And then you guys can watch my progress through the videos. So like I said, the stitch along start date for this is February 14th, which she kind of looks like a Valentine's Day sampler to me. There's lots of red in there, and these are strawberries on the edge, but you could pretend that they were hearts.
But there's a bouquet of flowers or a basket of flowers.
Yep. Yeah, there's
So,
lots of flowers.
flowers are synonymous with Valentine's.
I would say that these motifs are like rosebuds.
Sure.
And so this sampler, the charting and the model was stitched by Lisa Brown, who does work with Nicola. And so I'm just going to read you the postscript from the chart, just because I think it's great. So Lisa writes, some of the samplers stitched by young girls were so serious and somber. I love Anne Jonson because she is full of whimsy. Whether it was Anne or her teacher, someone had a playful nature. Look at that striped vase with flowers that look like lollipops and have a flower inside of each flower, the striped ducks and the parade of animals. All of these and more are tucked in with more traditional motifs, which combine for an overall elegant design that is a delight to stitch. I hope Anne Jonson makes you smile as you stitch her. Yeah, can't wait. So, there is still time to join us to order the chart and or the kit. We plan to have them all stitched or shipped by the end of January so that they arrive in time for people to get them framed up for our February 14th stitch along start date. We're over halfway through shipping the kits, but we just do still have more to go. But that kind of brings me to the usual disclaimer with exclusives is please don't call or email the shop to ask about the status of your order, because we're working as hard as we can, as fast as we can, and everything that we have to answer just kind of takes away from the time. And it's hard to understand, but when shops are working on exclusives, they've also got their regular shop business going on in the background. So we're still shipping lots of other orders, and we have customers in the shop all the time and stuff. So I know it seems like it should be a really easy, smooth, blink of an eye process, but it really isn't. So just be patient and give us till the end of January before you reach out to us about the status of your order, please.
Good.
Oh, so I just have a few things here to show to relate to the Anne Jonson sampler, just to maybe wet your whistle a little bit. So you and I are both stitching on the 46 count linen using the SWAL 100/3.
Right.
And so this is my piece of linen and my thread pack. So isn't that just beautiful? And it just is going to be so, the colors are just going to pop on this linen. This is the 46 count tabby cat linen. Can't wait. And then there is area of verse that is cross stitch over one. So we also have this Wasserfine spool in that color. So it's just one color that it needs for cross stitch over one. So we have that. Alrighty. And then of course there was the custom made thread beds that we had for the advance orders of the Anne Jonson sampler. And we might have a few available at the end once we're done shipping all of the kits, but I'll let everybody know in our next video if there are some that will be available for purchase. So if you love them, just keep an eye on that for that announcement.
Okay.
Yeah. So do you have any questions about Anne? You had the layout.
I've looked extensively at it, but I think there's going to be still more things that will come up. So I think just more the statement of, month by month, we will look at if there's any specialty stitches within and, post that and make sure everybody knows. And I don't think there are any questions. I know there may be, people are going to send out inquiries about different things once we get started, but I think it's pretty self-explanatory.
Great. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Sounds like you have an alarm going off there.
It's, yeah, I'm making hummus for lunch, and I thought I had 2 hours that I set it, but so I'll wait. It's
Okay,
fine. It's not
well,
going
let's pause the video and you can just go turn that timer off and then we can carry on.
Sure.
Okay. Okay, before we move on to the next thing, I remembered 2 items that I wanted to talk about with regards to the Jonson sampler. The first is the monthly layout for the stitch along, and you've done that, Rose. And so I'm going to insert a photo here. Rose and I are both top left sampler starters. So that's going to be the plan for the Jonson sampler. And so we're just going to, you'll see in the next photo, section it off and work our way left to right, and then the next section left to right. And that's how we roll.
Yes.
Okay. And so then the other thing is that something new that we're trying with the Jonson sampler is sending everybody a PDF of the graph only. It doesn't include all the details on the graph. It doesn't include the color key. It's just the chart. And so that way, between having the paper copy of the chart and the PDF that we're sending you, you can stitch from your device. And in my opinion, the biggest advantage of that is that you don't have lines of overlap, which is always a struggle for me, especially when it's a corner where 4 pages come together. So we're going to give this a try. It's a new thing, I think, for both of us. Hey?
Yes. I was looking at it here before, and I thought, oh yeah, no, this is a game changer. And you're right about the 4 pages. Biggest pet peeve I have. So my brain just does not configure in that way. So.
Yeah. So like Nicola's charts are always big and beautiful, but when 4 pages come together, yeah, that's when I end up with my counting mistakes. That's for sure. So the way that the emailed PDF is happening is I'm sending them out in batches a few days after order is paid for and then shipped. So watch for that within a few days. It should certainly arrive into your inbox before your kit arrives. But if you have any troubles with it, look in your junk mail folder first, and then and your trash, just the usual places, and then contact us about it if I haven't emailed that to you by the time your kit or chart arrives. So this is just I wanted to show you the centerfold blow up of our sampler, just because it is just such a beautiful sampler. Again, it's got a gorgeous house and that's not filled in. So all we have to do is outline the house and the windows. So not too heavy of stitching there. Yeah. And her verse, just for anybody who is wondering, because I know sometimes it's hard to see on the photos, says, as we have much to undergo, we all need patience here below, that after we have done his will, we may be found on Zion's hill. So, yeah. That's Ann Jonson.
Oh, I'm looking forward to her.
Well, I was going to say it's been a long time since I've started a new project, but I may have started a few things at the workshop at the attic this weekend.
Oh, good, good.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
We had 4 days of classes, so there was plenty of opportunity.
Yeah, yeah.
Alrighty, so then the next stitch along we have to talk about is our Hands Across the Sea Hannah Campbell. That one was not a traditional stitches exclusive, but we are one of the sponsoring shops for the Facebook group. And you and I have both been stitching her, so she's close to our heart. So we like to talk about her. So how does your Hannah look?
I am on track. I finished month 8 a couple weeks ago, and I have this all folded up. Pardon me. Trying to limit the amount that is showing. So there is my month 8, and never mind. That ain't working. We'll go like that. She's so small. She really is.
Yeah. There were
And
a couple of finished hennas at show and tell at the attic this weekend, and it there's so much going on in that sampler. It's surprising a little bit to see how small it is.
really is. There really is. I think I remembered last month, a certain someone was saying that Hannah was going to be a finish at the end of the year.
Well, first I had hoped for the end of the year, and then I had hoped for in time for the video. Now I'm hoping for in time for the next video.
Okay.
But I'm super close. Like if
Good.
I spent a day working on it, it would be done. Except for that, we're still waiting for a color of Swasserfine for the cross stitch over one. So that might be my holdup. So anyways, I'll show you, mostly I'll show you what I have left to do. So
that lovely house.
There's a little bit of cross stitch over one here.
Okay.
And some cross stitch over one. Quite a few birds are perched on this tree.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And then the rest of this tree here.
Yep. And
it'll be done. The outside border's all done. The house is done. I did the bijou metallic or accentuate.
Oh, did you? Oh, yeah.
It is. It's in the window that gives it some sparkle and some shine. So I am super close.
You are. Yeah. Yeah, I think you and I are both waiting for that Swasserfine. So
yes,
it's not quite as a concern for me because I can stitch somewhere else. So
so we should have, I'm expecting it'll probably be here within the next couple of weeks. So I can just set it aside and finish it up then. So I will definitely have a finished project to show for February.
Okay, we'll hold you to it.
Yeah. So the stitch along for the Hannah Campbell, the Facebook group, will be starting month number 9 on February 1st.
Right.
So yeah. Yep. That's her. And this is just what the whole sampler looks like, just in case anybody's wondering what we're talking about, and you can see how much different things are packed into that sampler. And this one ends up on 40 count being 11.65 by 14.45. So yeah, pretty dense. This is why it was set up as a 15-month stitch along instead of the usual 12 months. Yeah,
it's deceiving. You look at a spot and you go, there's not a lot of stitching, and then 3, 4, 5 days later you go, wow, there's a lot.
Yeah.
So
but it's been a very enjoyable stitch, that's for sure.
There's lots to go back and forth. If there's something that you're a little bogged down, there's always another place to go to. So that's what I've had to do. Yeah.
So those are our stitch alongs. And so no shortage of choices for samplers there, hey?
No, not at all.
So in the shop, we are already starting to turn our focus a little bit to Nashville. So the Nashville Needlework Market, we leave on the 28th of February, which is only 6 weeks away. So it'll be here before we know it. We've actually already placed our first order for Nashville with one of our suppliers. So that's exciting, and it's going to take a lot of organizing, but that's okay. That's how it goes. I've been doing it for many, many years, so I'm comfortable with that. So we expect, I think last year we put 800 new products on our website to do with Nashville and Nashville releases.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot. So our web work gal is going to be, her hands are going to be full.
Yeah.
And of course, we always, when we know them, we add the linen and thread supply lists to our website as well, which means that we can get started with the kitting ahead of time, which is really helpful. And then we just, when I come back, we just motor through everything and get it done.
Good.
So as part of our Nashville preparations, we are trying to make a little bit of space in the shop. So moving more stuff into our sale section and our limited availability section as we run across special things that we want to give everybody a last chance at before they're gone. So we've moved a few fabrics in there quite recently as we've gone through and done inventory and found things that we have that are no longer available. So that's all there. Everybody should spend some time checking that out. And then we'll just keep posting Nashville things. February 1 is going to be the time when it really gets started with that. So
yeah, I did check that out the other day. So there's not really a lot in there yet. So, but I know it will explode.
yep. Starting the first week of February, that's when we really do expect to see quite a bit.
Okay,
So
good to know.
yeah, it'll be exciting. I can't wait. So I spent this past weekend with my shop owner friends. We were all there, so we had a really good opportunity to have a visit, and then it's just going to be 6 weeks till we can see each other again at Nashville. So
Good.
looking forward to that part of it too. So then our hand dyed linen parade. I have we've gotten some good size orders of hand dyed linen in the past couple of weeks, and so that is exciting. And I have quite a stack to show you. And then I think while we've been on the video, I just got a shipping notification from Mason Linen, so that should be on its way too.
Good.
Okay, so are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay, so we're going to start off with Fox and Rabbit, and the first linen that we're going to show is 36 count. So while we were at the attic this weekend, we were helping out with the fabric table and the cutting. And one trend that I really noticed is that people are stitching with 36 count linen. So whether they decided that the higher count linens are just outside their comfort zone, or anyways, we cut and sold quite a lot of 36 count linen. So I think that's great. So I have some 36 count linen here to show you. So these are all Fox and Rabbit. This is ballet slippers, baked clay, prehistoric. So prehistoric is the color that's used in that cottage garden sampling series that we've talked about a couple times. And so 36 count is the only count that we have left in the stock, but we do have a couple yards of it in the shop. And that is the whole point of me showing this hand-dyed linen parade, is to highlight pieces that we actually have in stock for quick-ish shipment, so that if you're looking to start a project or you're just wondering what we do have on hand, it's a place to start. Anyways, we certainly have way more than this, but this is paper bark, which is really a nice samplery color. It's a little bit tanner than I think is showing in the video.
I think so. Yeah.
This is Eureka. Dirt Track. So Fox and Rabbit does do a couple of colors of linen that have a stronger model in it. It's not sploochy so much, but it's just a little bit more modeled. So Dirt Track is a really good choice if that's to your taste. And this is Desert Taipan, which I really like this color too. So those are the 36 counts that we have on hand. And then these are going to be the 40 count. Some of them are repeats of the 36, but then you know.
Right.
This is Up in the Attic. Isn't that gorgeous?
Yeah, it is. It is.
This is White Clay. So it's a little bit green of a tinge.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So it is reading right.
I think so. It's pretty close. What was that one? So this one is Baked Clay. So just to kind of give you some contrast, this one is Up in the Attic, and this is Baked Clay. So it's a little bit bronzier than the, yeah.
They're both nice though.
This one I was happy to get back in stock. This is 40 count Black Swan, and that's the one used for that Shakespeare's Peddler painted flowers design that I have started but not worked on lately. But it's hard to find a good black charcoal kind of color that in the higher count linens. So I really like this one.
Good, I like it.
And this is 40 count version of the Desert Taipan.
Okay.
The guy is just walking past my door with the snowblower. So if you hear noise in the background, that's what that is. This is Elephant Run. And
Okay.
so it also is a really nice gray color, and it's in 40 count.
Hmm.
This is 40 count flannel flower. And so it's another one that has some good modeling to it. It's just a great color.
It's a subtle modeling though. It could work for a lot of samplers that.
Yep,
Yeah.
definitely. And you can, when you get a cut of this kind of linen, you can also always pick and choose where you place your sampler on it as well.
Yeah, exactly.
And then 46 count, we didn't get a ton. This is 46 count paper bark from Fox and Rabbit. And then the next colors that I have to show are from Needle and Flax. Starting again with the 36 count. This is one that's super popular for us. It's called Dirty Teacup.
Yep.
So you can kind of see how that looks like the inside of a used teacup.
Oh, okay.
This is Sleeping Bear.
Must be one of her newer ones.
It is a newer one, yeah. So it's beautiful.
Nice.
This is Brea, B-R-E-A. Yeah, just the hand-eye quality of that is just so amazing.
Yeah.
And then some 40 counts. This is the 40 count version of Sleeping Bear.
Okay.
This is Hemingway, which is just beautiful. Like it's a little bit more mocha-y than any of the colors that I've shown so far. And look at that, yummy.
That is nice. It has a bit, it's giving off a bit of a gray, like a grayish taupish or taupish gray.
Yeah,
this
maybe
is what
a
I'm
little bit.
seeing.
Yeah. So, and then to show how the differences in hand-dyed linens, this was the 36 Brea that I showed you.
Okay.
And this is the 40. So the 40 that we got is a little bit sploochier than the 36.
It has a little more of a yellow undertone, so the way it's just picked up the dye, a little bit different. And
then just one color of 46 count, and this is 46 count Sleeping Bear.
Yeah. Boy, that's nice.
Yeah, just so nice. So all of those are in stock at the time that I'm publishing the video, and you'll find a link below that will take you directly to a listing of all of the colors that I mentioned in the video, where you can go ahead and order them to your heart's delight, and hopefully they'll stay in stock for a little while. But I always try to feature colors that I know that we've got a good amount on hand. But
you know, you've made it too easy then, you know, to if you want to keep them in stock for yourself, well, you made it too easy. It's just push and click and away you go. So no, that's good.
And so what have you got planned for the next month?
I am gonna stitch on my New Year's start, and I've got a map I have stitching and some other little things. And
you want to show your New Year's start?
Yeah.
Please?
Yes, you know what it is. For some of you, they don't know. Where did I put the charts? Right there. So I started just, you know, the enabling that you provided last year before. I decided you and many others that you had the major type of thing. So I decided to start Peacock, Unicorn, and Badger. And 2 other people have joined me. And I think I might have convinced a 4th. So we might have a big Alberta contingency of people. So I'm doing this on 40 count lambswool linen from Witch Out, which a lot of you people don't like, but I don't stitch in hand. I stitch on a scroll frame. So I really like the stitching feel, the hand feel of the silk. I'm using the Soie d'Alger silk floss. And so this is where I'm at so far.
Oh, goodness, Rose. Are you loving every single stitch?
I'm afraid I am. In a good way. And that's why I picked the lambswool. I just love how it goes through. It's not tight. I'm not fighting with it. It just glides. And, you know, the old adage of just one more stitch is really true. So thoroughly enjoying it.
Good.
So,
Well, the
yeah.
lamb's wool is the called for linen for that one. And when I started mine many years ago, lamb's wool is just a really good background neutral. It's not cream, it's not brown, it's not gray. So it kind of fades quite nicely into a project like that, like a full coverage
It
project.
does.
So,
It does.
and when you were kitting that up, we kind of talked about some options too, and that's just where you ended up as well.
Yeah, yeah, and it's a little bit stiffer, so, with something that's full coverage, does it have a little more stability? Maybe. In my head, it does. I know you said any of the others that I considered are just as good, so, yeah. But you wouldn't wanna use a hand dye because you'd lose it.
Yeah, and I framed mine right up to the stitching, so there was no fabric
Yeah,
showing at all.
yeah, yeah.
So, and then the other thing about the lamb's wool linen though, because it is a little bit stiff, you might find that your silk thread gets a little bit fuzzy a little bit quickly.
Mm.
So just plan on using shorter lengths of thread and maybe go up a needle size. Like on 40 count linen, it's tempting to always use a number 28 needle, but if you go to a 26 or maybe even a 24, you might find that it treats
Yeah,
your silk thread better, because the
yeah,
needle's job is to make the hole in the linen for the thread to pass through and then have it close up after it's gone through. So if you choose a needle that does its job, then your thread will be happier.
yeah, I think I'm gonna have to switch my needle again. I think I just grabbed one the other day. Over time, the eyes of the needle, they will break, and I had 2 that went, and I think they were both 26s, so I just grabbed a 28,
Mhm.
and, I think I have to switch down to a 26 now, so, yeah.
Good. Well, it looks awesome. I'm going to be so excited to see your progress. And somehow I don't think it's going to take you 2 years to finish it, like it took me 2 years to finish it.
I debate whether you took 2 years. I feel you took less than that, but
Mm.
I
It had a long time out.
did it? Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it took me 12 or 13 days to do page 1, and I can't remember. And I thought, well, if I keep with this pace, I should have it done late summer, early fall. But you know what? It is lousy weather, and it's been snowing today, and so it's good stitching weather.
Perfect for hibernation.
Exactly.
Hmm. All right. What else have you got on the go that we should see or know about?
I didn't bring anything else. I haven't worked on my map of Holland. I think everyone's seen that. I'll bring that back in. It's kind of hard to switch when you know have a love affair with one piece, but I'll bring that in. I've been working on some small blessing samplers, so those are small and doable, and
We-
Christmas ornaments.
Oh,
So,
yes.
so yeah, I've got 13 I have to do, plus I'll probably work on another one for my son. So if I do a couple a month, I'll have them done. And
Good for you.
yeah,
And everybody can always check out your blessing samplers and progress on your
yeah,
Instagram as well. So
exactly.
search for Rose Heck and you'll see all the things that Rose is.
Yeah, yeah. I've been quiet for the last couple of days, but I'm just about done my third one, and it's tiny. It's as small as my hand.
Oh
So
boy.
it's really tiny. So
Oh, good, good.
yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna do my finishing stitches on Hannah Campbell and wait for that one color of thread to arrive and get Ann Johnson ready to go. So, because February 14th is going to be here before we know it. And
Right.
what better way to celebrate Valentine's Day with a brand new start and a gorgeous new kit. And yeah, so anyways, we're hoping that anybody who's been sitting on the fence about Ann Johnson does decide to join us. We can get those kits out to you in time to start with us on the 14th. And we will see you then.
Yes.
Okay. Well,
Looking
thanks
forward.
for your time, Rose.
Thank you, Janice. Take care.
Okay.
Stay warm.
Okay, you too. Talk to you soon.
You bet. Bye.
Bye.